Now back to You Asked For It and your host, Jack Smith.
You're about to witness one of the most dramatic moments in sports history. The scene, Oxford University, England. The date, May 6, 1954. The time, 6 p.m. A young man named Roger Bannister is about to become the first man in all history to run the mile under 4 minutes. Well, because June Glazier of Boston, Massachusetts asked for it, we turned back the clock to this historic athletic achievement to hear from British reporter Max Robinson, who witnessed the event. You asked for it.
The most sought-after target in athletics, the 4-minute mile, was achieved yesterday evening on the Oxford University track at Iffley Road. Max Robinson reports.
Less than 3,000 people, mostly undergraduates, were there to see Roger Bannister break all mile records on the same ground on which he had run his first mile race. Up till yesterday, the world record for the mile stood at 4 minutes, 1.4 seconds. But as Bannister lined up for the start in this race between the 3As and Oxford University, he knew that he had 2 colleagues with him who'd help him beat that time. This is the story of the race in one continuous film sequence, a sequence that runs just under 4 minutes. Everything went to plan. Chris Brasher, with whom Bannister had been training, took the lead. Bannister lay second, and Chataway was coming up into third place. 150 yards gone, and it's Brasher first, Bannister second, Chataway third. That was the way the 3 of them had planned it. Brasher to set the pace at first, Chataway to take over later.
Bannister second. This man is to the mile what Lindbergh was to transoceanic flying. Many accomplished the feat later, but here we see it done for the first time. Throughout history, the 4-minute barrier had been the goal and despair of every great mile runner.
The end of the first quarter-mile lap. Time, 57.4 seconds. They were ahead of the clock. And still, Brasher set the pace, Bannister second, Chataway third.
Into the second lap. At the time of this race, Bannister was a medical student. Today, he's a doctor on the staff of a London hospital. What drove him to this moment? What made him determined to excel, to break the world's record? It was the fear in school of not belonging unless he could command respect in athletics. Somehow, this was the day to do something no man in recorded history had ever done before.
The end of the second lap, and half a mile gone. Time, 1 minute, 58.2 seconds. Still ahead of the clock. But there was another half mile to go. Could they keep up the pace? "1,100 yards gone, and Chataway starts to spurt ahead. He overtakes Bannister and then Brasher. And the gallant Brasher, having achieved his selfless pacemaking task, drops behind. Now it's Chataway leading, Bannister second.
Looking back, Bannister recalls that he had not run in competition in 8 months. He'd been storing up his energy. He wore new shoes, only 4 ounces each, which may have been the difference between success and failure.
The 3/4 mile mark, and the time, 3 minutes, 0.5 seconds. Bannister, still in second place, would have to do his final lap almost as fast as his first one to beat the 4-minute mile. "250 yards to go, and Bannister takes over. Watch his giant stride taking to the front as he races the last lung-bursting furlong to the finishing post. This was it. The final effort against the seconds that have kept him and many others from the 4-minute mile. tape is broken, and so is the record athletes have long been dreaming about. But at first, Bannister knows little about it. He stumbles into the arms of his coach, completely exhausted by his magnificent effort. And that's how Roger Bannister, the 25-year-old medical student, became the first man in the world to run a mile in under 4 minutes. 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds, to be exact.